let's do part 4 of chapter 2 of French reading. Let's look at the little words that start with A now. And like de were prepositions, the A words are going to be prepositions also. The basic form is A with this backward accent on it. Which is very different than the A with no accent on it. This is pronounced ah, and generally it means at, to, in, but we're going to see it can basically be translated as any preposition, and you have to choose the right one based on the context. In fact, in general, you should translate the prepositions at the end to choose the right one. Those are the last things in a sentence, or close to the last things in a sentence you should translate to get the correct preposition. So we could have a sentence like Il est à Paris. He is in Paris, or he is at Paris. So we wouldn't want to say he is to Paris, because that doesn't make sense. But we can say he is in Paris or he is at Paris. Probably in Paris is the best. If you know other languages, tends to be the sign of the dative, and sometimes it's not translated at all. It's also going to be the sign of the indirect object also. But right now we're going to be looking at it as a preposition. Now I said there were different forms of it. There's a, o, and o. The last two are pronounced the same. A plus le, it's a mandatory contraction pronounced o. Now remember, au is always pronounced o. So we can get a sentence, il est au lit. He is, au means in the, lit is bed. Il est au lit. It's interesting, a word that we have in English that comes from the word lit is litter, like kitty litter, like that's a cat's bed. That's interesting. But that's il est au lit. So I mean he is in bed. Allah, when it's a feminine definite article, doesn't contract. It stays Allah. Il est à la cuisine. He is in the kitchen. So that one doesn't contract. He is in the kitchen. La cuisine can either be the kitchen or cooking. But if you're at someplace, you're going to be at the kitchen. You're not going to be at the cooking. A plus le, either masculine or feminine, contracts to o. Il parle au chat. He is speaking to the, so this is like a plus they, to the cat. He is speaking to the cats. Now here we've got a few other prepositions. They don't contract like de and a do, and so it's a good time to introduce them. And I'm only going to give you the main translation. In different contexts, they can be translated different ways, but this is how they're translated the most often. So the first one is dans, meaning in a physical sense. Sur means on, in a physical sense also. Par means by. Parmi means among. Entre means between. Pendant means while. And avec means with. So you can, these are good ones to memorize. I encourage you to be making flashcards with the different vocabulary that you're seeing, and these are extremely common prepositions. You don't want to lose time on the test looking up prepositions like this. Now here in the final exercise, we've got 6 sentences, and so when you're done, when you've written down the translations for all 6, go on to the next video to see what the responses are, the translation answers are.